Los movimientos sociales
Hello everyone and welcome back to another match of the Rocket League Halloween Nightmare. Today we have two of the best teams of this competition, Caña versus Carpenters, and what will surely be an exciting and intense, dramatic, spectacular match. Final confrontation between these two teams, and only one will come out on top as the true Revenants of the Rocket League Halloween Nightmare. So without further ado, let's get this started. Here we are, first kickoff of the game. Game 1 of 7. Santos, the shape, both go for it. Ball bouncing in Caña's half. Victor sends it up the middle. Laurie Strode intercepts it. Bounces right back down into the middle. Victor going for it. Gets a very light touch on it. Sends it over to the left side. The shape. By the way, just shameless promotion here, but if you all haven't seen the new Halloween movie, definitely go watch that shit because it is amazing. And it's awesome, and it just fucking rocks. So here we go. Santos tries to back pass it. Laurie Strode clears it up the left, but Victor looks in the back of the play. Sends it up the corner. The shape intercepts a pop on that corner. He's to move it up the right, but tracks back. Santos gets applying some pressure. Bounces it off the corner right down to the center. Ooh, a whiff from the shape. The ball is clear, and Victor, first goal of the game after only, I suck at math. Hold up, 54 seconds. And they've opened up the scoreboard. Amazing stuff, and quite a dramatic beginning to this match. Here we go, second kickoff. Santos, the shape wins that 50-50. Sends it over to the right hand side, goes back for boost. Victor takes his time, he's got plenty of place to work with. Laurie Strode tries to go for it. The shape is in a tough position, but manages to send it back, lobs it on over to the other side. Santos tries to go for an aerial, misses. Ball clear is open. Oh, that clear is open. Holy fuck. That's how nervous I am right now. The shape tries to pass it to his teammate. Laurie Strode moves up the right hand side. You know, it's funny seeing Laurie Strode and the shape working together. It's kind of like when AVP had the Predator and the Human working together. I mean, you know, part of the movie was pretty mediocre, but anyway, here we go. Victor moves up the right hand side. The shape tries to intercept, but is unable to. Laurie Strode moves it up. Victor tries to intercept, sends it over to the middle. Santos in goal, moves up, clears it, sends the long ball over to the other side. The shape ready to intercept, sends it back, but Santos will be able to give it another touch. The shape loses that 50-50. He's out of position. Laurie Strode whips that ball. The goal is very open at the moment. Victor for the shot, a goal, second goal of the game. We're at 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining, and Caña has just extended their lead by yet another goal. Actually, that was a bit dramatic. Yet another goal sounds like they're winning like 7-0 or something. It's just another one, but you know, you get my point. Anyway, here we go. Third kickoff. Laurie Strode, Victor. Victor wins that 50-50. The shape looking to put it back into no man's land. Moves it up the left hand side. Gets a soft touch on it. Santos in goal. Blocks it. Sends it over to the left hand side. Laurie Strode backtracking, half flipping there to get into position. The shape bumping into Santos to send him out. Victor tries to go for a long shot. Or an aerial shot rather, sends it over to the right hand side. Shape tries to get a touch on it, but is unable to. Santos takes his time, he's got space, sends it over into the corner, bounces into the center. Laurie Strode clears it on over to the left hand side, tries to get for another touch, but Victor sends it back into the opposite corner. The shape gets into the pressure position. Laurie Strode in goal. The ball, high shot now, a nice bump from the shape, bumps both Caña's players, sends them out of position, but Victor send it back into his own half. Laurie Strode, Victor with a very strange demolition there. Santos tries to move it up. The shape with a shot, bounces off the right board, and now it's Santos moving up the right hand side of the field. Does go for an aerial shot and misses. That whiff caused Laurie Strode to whiff in turn. The shape, the shape trying to get it out of the corner, but Santos will take it, demolishes the shape. Laurie Strode with a nice touch, but it's going to bounce off the backboard. decent touch there from Strode. Ooh, and a bad position there from DeSantos to send over to the right-hand corner. Laurie Strode bounces into the backboard, trying to see if he can find a teammate, but he can't. Victor moving in the wall, moves over to the right, tries to go for a touch, but misses. The shape right behind Laurie Strode as he begins an attack. Very strange having to call Laurie Strode he. But, you know, I guess, ooh! What was almost the goal resulted in a demolition. DeSantos tries to center it, but is unable to. Laurie Strode will take that ball. Victor trying to apply pressure. The ball bounces over to the other side of the field. It's in no man's land right now. Nice touch from Laurie Strode. Bounces off the backboard. Can the shape get it? He can't. It bounces out over to the right-hand side. Nice challenge there from Victor. Victor with another touch on it. Just Laurie Strode now, who gets another touch on it. Begins to move it off the right. Victor bounces it off the wall, and it bounces into the center. The shape begins to move it off field. DeSantos in goal. It's in the left-hand corner right now. The shape just to get another touch on it, but he's unable to. DeSantos bumps him and begins to move off the right-hand side. Laurie Strode in goal at the moment. Ball bounces off to the corner and into the center. Ooh. Wasn't really able to see what happened there. The shape demolishes DeSantos, and it's a pretty clear opportunity, but the shape unfortunately made a mistake there in that 50-50 and wasn't able to get a shot on target. Victor moving up the right-hand side. Gets a touch on it with the tip. The shape will clear on over to the opposite side of the field. Bounce. Sends the ball into Caña's half. Now it's DeSantos with the ball. An aerial ball at the moment. Laurie Strode tries to bring it back down. The shape gets a good touch on it. Begins to move it up the left. Bounces back. A nice bounce. And ooh, Laurie Strode had gone up way too far, and game one belongs to Caña Aqui. Great play from both of these teams, and really the only difference was a couple of defensive mistakes made by John Carpenters, and they'll be looking to prevent any of those from occurring. Trying to get back into the series because they still are very much alive in this series. Here we are, game two is about to begin. The shape, Victor, very neutral 50-50, but the ball ultimately ends up in Caña's half. The shape beats Victor to that boost. Laurie Strode gets a touch on it, but it goes off wide. DeSantos with a weak clear, sends it up the middle, but Victor's challenge prevents the shape's shot from going in. Laurie Strode will win that ball. Ball is going to bounce right center right now, but Laurie Strode isn't able to take a shot. Victor clears on over to the left-hand side. The shape tries to go off the wall, but he's unable to get a touch on it. Victor moving it up the left. Very dangerous ball at the moment. Laurie Strode clears on over to the right-hand side against mounting his own attack. A very nice shot, and that's the first goal for Laurie Strode. Girl power to the rescue. First goal for John Carpenters. And they've returned the favor. They've opened up the scoreboard this time around. They'll be looking to keep applying that pressure. And here we are, second kickoff. DeSantos, Laurie Strode. DeSantos wins that kickoff, but Laurie Strode seems to be in possession of the ball. Out of boost, doesn't have a whole lot of options, but moves it up regardless. Victor dispossesses, begins to move it up the right-hand side. The shape in the corner. Ball's neutral at the moment. Laurie Strode begins to move it up left-hand side. It beats Victor. DeSantos scrambling to get back into goal. A very decent center. Will Shea make it? But he couldn't. DeSantos blocked it. DeSantos whiffs that one. Victor looking up to compensate for his teammate's mistake. Begins to move it up and launches it over to the opposite corner. Impossible for DeSantos to get a shot there. Shape. Victor dispossesses the shape, and looks like it's Laurie Strode's ball now. Shot. Victor gets a touch on it, bounces off the backboard, and the shape begins to mount a counter attack. Bump there from Victor since his teammate out of commission, and a shot, but Victor is able to stop it. Ball's in the left-hand corner. Victor begins to mount an attack slowly but surely. Launches it on over to the opposite corner. The shape looking to intercept it. He does. Begins to move it up for his own attack, but Victor dispossesses, and Caña Aqui are in attack now. A weak touch from Victor, but DeSantos is able to challenge the ball. Ooh, Laurie Strode whiffs that one. There's no one in goal. The shape looks like he might get through it, but he does not do it in time. Victor scores the first goal for Caña. 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining, and it's a tie game. Here we are, third kickoff of the game. Laurie Strode, G. Santos. Laurie Strode wins that kickoff, goes for boost. And the director, let me see what the fuck is going on. Whiffs that one. Victor, the nice pass, moves it up the right. He isn't able to get that second touch on it though. The shape will clear on over to the left-hand side. G. Santos moving back to defend. Shape does go for a second touch. Laurie Strode sends that one over to the left-hand side. Nice pass and an amazing shot from the shape to take the lead back. Great stuff there. Laurie Strode just launched down over to the left-hand wall, and the shape was there to receive the rebound. And that's the second goal for John Carpenters. Here we go. Fourth kickoff. The shape. Victor. Very neutral kickoff, but the ball ends up in Caña's half. G. Santos tries to go for a shot, but bounced off the right board. Just go for an aerial, but Laurie Strode is there to make the save. Grabs boost, begins to move it up the shape. Moves on over to the left-hand side. Wins that 50-50. G. Santos trying to get it back into an attacking position. G. Strode blocked what looked like it's going to be a very dangerous ball. Victor whiffs. So, an amazing shot from Laurie Strode. Third goal for John Carpenters. 2 minutes remaining, and they've extended their lead by another goal. A double whiff from Caña meant that there was no one back to defend, and Laurie Strode just had to casually stroll it on in. Here we go. Fifth kickoff of the game. Laurie Strode, G. Santos. G. Santos wins that kickoff. His teammate Victor moves up the left-hand side. Bounces off the backboard straight down. A very, very dangerous ball. G. Santos has to go for the shot, but he's blocked by both the shape and Laurie Strode. A nice touch from Victor, but his teammate isn't able to make it there in time. Ball's in the left corner now. Victor bounces it off the corner, trying to center it, but it stays in that corner. Laurie Strode looking to clear it. Needs to move it up. Beats Santos, but does not beat Victor. Great touch there from Victor, but the shape was there to block it. Here we go. G. Santos moving it up. The balls centering. The shape clears it back. It's in the left-hand corner. Victor whiffs that ball. G. Santos is in position to defend. It's a weak touch on it. The shape smashes it back into the left-hand corner. The ball is just slowly bouncing. Each team eyeing the other to see what their next move is. Nice block there from the shape, but Victor is able to regain possession, but he whiffs it. He isn't able to continue that play. The shape lobs it on over Victor. G. Santos with a very weak touch, since leaves it in the middle. The shape, nice touch, and is it in? It is! Fourth goal for John Carpenters. Another goal from the shape. Very bad touch from G. Santos, left it right in the middle, and no one from Caña could make it there for another clear. Amazing stuff we're seeing here. 44 seconds remaining, and John Carpenters are up by 3-goal lead. The shape will win that 50-50 to start off the match. G. Santos gets a weak aerial touch on it. The shape will clear it on over to the right-hand side. Victor slams into it, dispossesses, but Laurie Strode is able to apply the pressure. The shape sends that on over to the left-hand side. Caña looking to restructure. Both challenge for that ball. Victor whiffs an aerial. G. Santos lobs it over Laurie Strode, but the shape is ultimately able to get it out. Clears it, sends it back into the left-hand corner. Victor attempted to center. Gets a couple of touches on it, but Laurie Strode is able to send it back. And that's it. Timer's out. Just waiting for that ball to reach the ground. Laurie Strode with a touch with the tip, and that's it. Game 2 to John Carpenters, and the series is currently tied 1-1. I think the Carpenters realized that they needed to up their performance from the previous game, and that's certainly what they did here. And I think the scoreboard perfectly reflects that ambition. Whereas Caña will be looking to do the same, and hopefully that's what we'll be seeing consistently throughout all of these games. Just a constant improvement from all 4 of these players, as the stakes inevitably rise until their ultimate conclusion. Here we are, game 3 is about to begin. The Shape, the Shape clearly wins that 50-50. Victor slams it into the wall. Santos moving it up to attack. The Shape tries to go for a demo but just misses him, but he's able to bump Santos and get him out of an attacking position. Laurie Strode begins to move it up left, but Victor is very clear back. The Shape is in goal. Looks like he'll be going out to clear it. Gets a soft touch on it, trying to draw in the attacker, and that's what he does. Victor with a nice touch, but looks like it's going to bounce off the backboard. Going in for a second touch, but Laurie Strode is there to make the save. Sends it on over to the middle. DeSantos sends it right underneath the Shape. Tries to center it, but just whiffs it. Laurie Strode gets a touch on it, but it bounces off DeSantos. The ball is still in the corner. It was who got that touch, but the Shape ultimately clears it on over to the other side. Victor is waiting to receive the ball, sends it over into the middle. Not the best touch. The ball slowly moving. It's right in front of Caña's goal, but Victor tries to clear it. Bounces off the corner, ends up in the middle. DeSantos with no boost. Gonna take on the Shape 1v1. The Shape clears on over to the right hand side. It's in the middle again. And DeSantos will be looking to begin an attack. Laurie Strode challenges, clears it, moves it on over to Caña's corner. Victor gets a nice touch on it, middles it. The Shape sends on over to the right hand corner. Tries to demo the defender but is unable to. DeSantos passes it to Victor, who begins to move it up. Gets a soft touch on it. DeSantos continues to move it up. Victor tries to go for an aerial touch, but Laurie Strode will clear it. DeSantos moving back to defend. Victor moving back to support. A nice touch from Laurie Strode. First goal of the game, 3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. Very, very confusing for defenders to have to look at two players that are so huddled together and figure out which one's going to attack, which one's just there as a decoy. And it certainly worked out for the defenders on that occasion. Victor begins to move it. Doesn't seem to have a lot of boost. The Shape will clear it. A double save there actually, as the ball probably bounced off Victor. DeSantos begins to move it up the left. Bounces off the backboard down towards the middle. The Shape is able to clear it. It's still in the corner. Begins to move it up. Sends it right over DeSantos. Victor hits it. Bounces off the ceiling. Ball's in a very dangerous spot at the moment. A nice touch from Victor, but it bounces off the crossbar. DeSantos gets another touch on it. Centers it, but the Shape will easily clear that one. Begins to move it up the left. Hits it up. And DeSantos will clear it back up to the right. 50-50. The Shape wins it, but tries to get over where Victor is unable to. Laurie Strode continues the attack, applying that pressure. Moves up to the left. Gets a touch on it, but just whiffs it. DeSantos will clear it up the right. Begins to move it up. Mount their own attack. Laurie Strode is in goal. So is the Shape. The Shape sends it flying back into the other side, but Victor sends it back. Begins to move it up right, but Laurie Strode dispossesses. Begins to mount a counterattack. DeSantos is in the corner looking to defend. It's bumped by Laurie Strode. And oh my god, what an amazing, amazing play from Carpenters there. DeSantos was trying to get into position to block it, and Laurie Strode with a very, very light touch and a whiff from Victor meant that there was no one there to defend. The Shape coolly, as ever, puts it in. Here we go, 2 minutes remaining. Carpenters leading by 2. And here we go, Laurie Strode, Victor. The ball is in the Carpenters' half. DeSantos will be looking to dispossess. A whiff from Laurie Strode means he's able to, but he unfortunately failed that dribbling attempt. A nice bump there from Victor to get the Shape out of position, but DeSantos was not in position to score. The ball bouncing down into the center. Laurie Strode. Ooh. Victor gets it past Laurie Strode. Sends it into the corner. Santos looking for DeSantos, but DeSantos does not make it by a hair. Laurie Strode begins to move up the right. There's no one to defend. DeSantos moving back. He's able to clear it over to the left-hand side. Both Caña up in the same corner. Victor moving back. Ball bounces off the board. DeSantos, Victor looking to reorganize themselves in defense. Laurie Strode gets a touch on it, but Victor is able to block it. The Shape moves up the right. Victor clears it. Sends it flying straight back. He beats the Shape. Only Laurie Strode in goal now. A very nice pass from Victor, but DeSantos is not able to make it. A very, very high ball. and unfortunately, Carpenters were able to kill it before he could get to it. The shape clears it back. Victor keeps applying that pressure. They're trying to see if they can crack him. He does, and here we go. Amazing display here from Victor, who the very right touch sends a fly over both Carpenters, and another second touch puts it in. We are at 1-2, 44 seconds remaining. Game 3. Anything can still happen. Anyone is still a potential champion here, and I'm just aching to see how this pans out between these two rivals who are currently tied. Oh, a nice touch there from the shape. DeSantos looks to intercept the ball. Looks like it's a very dangerous spot right now. Laurie Strode was not able to make that touch. The shape just to make it, but Victor makes sure that he fumbles it there. DeSantos tries to get it past Laurie Strode, but he's very apt to stop it. Laurie Strode looking, but DeSantos dispossesses the shape and goal. A very nice pass from DeSantos, but Victor's not. Oh my god, that shot, that shot, that shot! It's a fucking tie! 7 seconds remaining in game 3, and DeSantos fucking tied from a great pass from Victor, who launches it into the backboard, bounces it back into the center with his tail, and DeSantos puts it in. Amazing stuff. Here we are, 7 seconds remaining. 5th kickoff of the game, the shape and DeSantos. The shape looking to see if, and it's in! Oh, I cannot believe what I am seeing right now. Amazing stuff from the shape, absolutely calculated. And Victor could not get enough air and time to stop that one. That was an amazing shot from the shape to get another late goal. 3 seconds or so remaining, and I believe anything is still possible. Victor gets a very light touch. DeSantos puts it down to the ground, and game 3 belongs to John Carpenters. And I think this has been a very different match from what we're accustomed to, whereas John Carpenters would normally attack on the counter, whereas Caña would be the ones applying pressure. But in this particular instance, it's really just a matter of both teams constantly looking to apply pressure to each other, constantly looking to force mistakes, and looking to sort of crack that that mental stability that prevents us from making mistakes. And both teams have been successful so far. John Carpenters perhaps a bit more successful, but this is only game 4, and I believe we still have a long way to go before one of these two emerge victorious. Here we go. First kickoff. The shape and DeSantos. The shape wins it. Victor taps it back in. A very nice touch. Keep maintaining control. Gets a very nice dribble there, but Laurie Strode is able to clear it. Sends it straight to the corner. Victor will be looking to clear it, but he just whiffs it. So does Laurie Strode. DeSantos moving it back. The shape already in position to defend. Looks to clear it off the wall, and he does. A great flick there, but, well, not flick, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Victor whiffs it. Nice touch there, but it bounces off the backboard. Can Laurie Strode get a touch on it? He does, but DeSantos saves it. Great stuff there. Victor gets a very soft touch on it, but Laurie Strode dispossesses both. Definitely looks like it's on target, and that's it. First goal of the game to the John Carpenters, Laurie Strode. Amazing stuff there. The defense from Aqui was much too compact, and Laurie Strode was quickly able to dispossess and dismantle them. Yo, 420 is lit. Blaze it, motherfucker. Anyway, here we go. Second kickoff. The shape, DeSantos. The shape wins that one. Jumps over for boost. Tries to move it up the wall. But Victor with a very nice long shot. It doesn't look like it's on target. Oh, apparently it was. Laurie Strode managed to clear it. Whip that one. Victor with a very nice touch, but the shape with a save. Very nice aerial touch there from DeSantos. The shape will dispossess. Victor gets a nice touch on it. It looks like it's going to be slightly off target, but he might be able to go for the rebound. Ooh, and it just bounces off the right post. A very nice touch there. Will DeSantos be able to make it? He gets a touch on it, and that's it. DeSantos scores. Tie game, 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. This is exactly why we've loved watching these two teams ever since they first faced each other in round 1 of the Rocket League Halloween Nightmare. Such impressive both offensive and defensive displays, and just amazing battles ever since the start of this tournament. Here we go. Victor tries to beat the shape, but he can't. DeSantos looking to apply some pressure. Beats Laurie Strode. The ball bounces back towards the center. The shape deep in goal. And nice passer from Laurie Strode to help the shape clear that one. Another nice touch from Victor, who's definitely looking for a shot. Bounces off the right post. DeSantos with another touch, but it's very soft. The shape begins to move it up the left. It's about to reach the corner. Victor looking for a clear. He does it. He begins to move it up the right-hand side. Bounces off. He's looking for an aerial shot, but the shape will clear it. Nice pinch there from Laurie Strode. Sends it over into the center. Both are kind of key in the goal right now. Victor goes for the save. He does. Begins to move it up the left. The shape just whips that one. And both kind of key move up to attack, trying to see if they can pressure Laurie Strode. The shape very intelligently demolishes Victor to seriously damper and just hurt their offensive capabilities. Yes, I suck at commentating. Anyway, Laurie Strode moves it up the right. Victor dispossesses, begins to mount an attack of his own. The shape seems to be in goal. Laurie Strode looking to pressure that ball. He does. Dispossesses Victor. DeSantos in goal right now. Waiting for it. Hits it. Very, very high ball. Bouncing back down. And the shape with an amazing shot. And that breaks the tie, at least for the moment. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining, and the shape has just given the lead to John Carpenters off of an amazing pass from Laurie Strode. Here we go. Fourth kickoff, shape, DeSantos will win that one. Laurie Strode in goal. And DeSantos going for Laurie Strode, manages to get a good touch on it. Victor moving it up the left-hand side of the field. Shape clears it on over to the right. And see if he can dispossess. Gets a very nice touch over DeSantos, and is that in? That's in! Third goal for the John Carpenters. 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining. It only took him 24 seconds to bag another one. Amazing stuff. Again, both players from Caña were too compact, and a very soft touch from the shape managed to dispossess both of them, and no one could reach it in time. Here we go, fifth kickoff of the game. DeSantos, the shape. DeSantos wins that 50-50. Victor looking to apply pressure. DeSantos gives him some space, and that gives space to Laurie Strode to... Oh, a nice touch from Laurie Strode, but just a little bit wide. DeSantos begins to move up the right, goes for an aerial touch. The shape dispossesses. Victor with a nice touch, and Laurie Strode moving back. A nice shot. There is it in. DeSantos whipped it, and that's in. Fourth goal of the game for the John Carpenters, extending their lead to 3. Amazing stuff there. A very soft touch with the very back of his car, since the ball flying right in the very center of the goal. Great stuff we're witness to here. Here we go. The shape, DeSantos. Very neutral kickoff. Ball ends up in Carpenter's half. Very nice touch, but unfortunately Victor isn't able to make that second touch. Very nice lob shot. Can DeSantos make it? He seems to have screwed up the shape, but Laurie Strode was there to make the clear. Victor with a very nice challenge, sends it right into the middle, but the shape is able to clear. DeSantos lobs it back into their half. Victor tries to go for another touch, but just misses it. Shape comes it back. DeSantos with a long shot. Can Laurie Strode make it? Can she stop him? Bounces off the shape, clears on over to the right. Shape tries to go for an air dribble, but is unsuccessful. Bounces it off the backboard. He's got a very good opportunity here, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to reach it in time. Laurie Strode clears it on over to the right and begins to move it up, but whiffs it. Tries to keep moving the ball around, but Victor's able to dispossess. Laurie Strode gets it back to shape, sends it flying into the other half. No kind of key player to stop a potential shot here. Amazing pass from the shape, but fortunately this Laurie Strode just shoots it off a bit wide. DeSantos begins to move it up the left. Laurie Strode goes for the challenge, cuts that ball. This manages to get past DeSantos, but gets a bit mixed up in the dribble there. Victor begins to move it up the right. Timer is gone. There's no way they can win this match, but they still might be able to score another goal. The ball touches the ground. Game 4 will go to John Carpenters, and that's the 3rd consecutive game that John Carpenters have won in this series. Now, I'm a firm believer in comebacks. I've been on both the participating end of a comeback and on the receiving end of a comeback, and I know that it's still very possible for Caña to make it back into this series, as difficult as it is mentally. That said, fuck, I didn't take a screenshot. Anyway, That said, if John Carpenters win Game 5, they will be the Revenants of the Rocket League Halloween Nightmare. So the pressure is definitely on Caña to win this match. John Carpenters can afford a loss. They have that margin. They've earned that margin, but Caña, unfortunately, do not have that luxury. They will have to win this game, and they will have to do it convincingly if they want to have a shot of a successful comeback. Here we go. The ball is in Caña's half. DeSantos looking to send it back into an attacking position. Shape the mods is Victor. DeSantos playing off soft touches, and a nice challenge there from the Shape. Ball's in a very dangerous spot, but Victor is able to clear it on over to the side. Another nice touch from DeSantos. Begins to move it up towards Carpenter's half. With that one, the ball could have easily been a goal, but fortunately the shot went off to the side. A pick there from Lois Shaw sent it over to the opposite corner. Victor begins to move it up the left. A nice challenge there from the Shape, but Victor keeps applying that pressure, sending it back. A nice pass there, but DeSantos is not there to make the shot. A nice touch there from DeSantos, but Oistro clears it. Very nice. Here we are. Victor trying to apply some more of that pressure. The Shape turning back. Victor gets it over the Shape, bounces back, tries to go for a shot, just hits the post. Nice shot there from DeSantos, but Laurie Strode is there to make the save. Another nice challenge there from Victor, but it'll bounce off Laurie Strode. DeSantos goes to clear it, send it back. Laurie Strode very cleverly positioned to stop any defensive chances there. Laurie Strode apparently, unfortunately, jumped too far ahead. That could have been an easy shot. A whip there, a nice recovery there from DeSantos, and Victor moves back. Laurie Strode moving up the side, moving up the flank. Ball's gonna bounce right over. DeSantos will take that one. The Shape to put it back into an attacking position, but Victor is able to clear it, beating both defenders, both of them moving back into goal to try to stop him. Victor bounces it off the board, looking for his teammate. There's no one in the back. Could be an easy goal for Laurie Strode, and it is! First goal of the game, John Carpenters, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And see, this is a very, very difficult position for Caña right now, because not only do they have to win this game, but they have not scored the first goal of the match. So it's already an even more difficult uphill struggle for them. A nice save there from Victor. Laurie Strode looking for the shot. Victor with a backflip. Sends it back. There's no one to defend. The Shape might reach it in time. He does not. Now it's a bit more even. 1-1. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Caña still fighting the good fight, looking to get back into the series. They have definitely not given up yet, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Here we go. Third kickoff of the game. DeSantos, the Shape, DeSantos wins that kickoff. Bounces off the right-hand side. DeSantos with a whip. Laurie Strode begins to attack. Victor looking to intercept. Does a very nice challenge. Mounts a counter-attack. The Shape currently waiting in goal. Goes for it. Just whips it. DeSantos will be looking to get a touch on it. Victor with an amazing aerial touch, and they've taken the lead. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining, and for the first time in this game, the Caña are in the lead. Amazing stuff there from Victor. A great pass from DeSantos, and they'll be looking to ride this newfound momentum all the way to the end. Here we go. DeSantos, the Shape, very neutral kickoff. It's the ball still very clearly in no man's land. Victor with an amazing shot, and holy hell, it bounced off the top crossbar. Victor tries to go for another shot, but the Shape patiently waits. He whips it. Begins to move it up the left-hand side. Whips that ball. Oh, a bump there from Victor. A bit of a miscommunication there. There's no one in goal right now, but there is now. Laurie Strode. The Shape sends it back into the left. Moves it up above Santos, who's struggling to challenge. Shape, we're looking for that one-on-one situation. The ball bounces on over to the other corner. Laurie Strode tries to go for a shot, but is unable to. DeSantos moving it up the left. Laurie Strode with the challenge. Keeps applying that pressure. Victor whips it. The Shape going for a shot, and that's in! That's in. John Carpenters have tied the game once more. 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining, and it is a tie game. DeSantos almost made it to that shot, but The Shape was able to put it in at the very, very limit of the top left corner. Here we go. 5th kickoff. The Shape, DeSantos. DeSantos wins it. Victor going for a shot. Very nice shot! And Victor has killed the tie yet again. It's only been 12 seconds since the last goal, and they're up once more. A very nice shot. Beat Shape, and Lordford was not able to make it in time. Here we are. 6th kickoff of the game. Lordford, Victor. Very neutral kickoff. The ball is just slowly strolling by. Strolling by. Anyway, Victor. Bit of a compromised position at the moment. DeSantos begins to move it. DeSantos will be going for a shot, but the Shape positions himself properly, is able to stop it. Victor whiffs that one. Very, very difficult position here for DeSantos. He's the only defender back. Very, very, very intelligent move from Victor, who demolishes the Shape. Tries to send it back to his teammate. Very team play there. Nice challenge from the Shape, who almost managed to get it back into Caña's half. Laurie Strode manages to do it. Very successful. Can go for another shot, but apparently it's wide. Victor moving up the right. Another nice pass there from Laurie Strode. Nice touch from DeSantos. Lobs it on over. The Shape trying to put it back into Caña's half. Keep applying that pressure. Very nice touch there from Victor. Is it in? It is! Holy motherfucking shit! Remember when I said that Caña definitely had to win by a convincing margin? That's what they're doing right now. 4-2, 30 seconds remaining. And if the game ends like this, Caña will be sending a message. We are still alive. We still want this series. And we still want this this title of Revenant. And they're just going at it. A nice shot there from Victor. Trying to go for that double touch. And holy hell. 5-2. 24 seconds remaining. They're definitely letting their voices be heard right now. This message is crystal fucking clear. Amazing double touch there from Victor. And here we go. 8th kickoff of the game. And it'll be DeSantos, the Shape. The Shape demolishes DeSantos in that kickoff. Laurie Strode goes for the clear. Manages to get it. Picks up some boost. The Shape gets a nice touch on it. DeSantos challenges it. Victor almost hit it. The ball's in a very dangerous spot at the moment, but DeSantos is able to clear it. The ball bounces back. Victor doesn't have any boost, tries to get a light touch on it. DeSantos saves that one from a shot from Laurie Strode, or would have been a shot rather, and game 5 goes to Caña. Series is currently at 2-3 as we can see, and Caña would have to win 2 more games consecutively in order to take this series, whereas John Carpenters just has to win the one. Now, John Carpenters still has that margin. They can still afford to maybe have another rough game and lose another one, but they are very, very, very much aware of the possibility of Caña making a dramatic comeback. And isn't that why we, the spectators, are here? Here we go. Game 6. Laurie Strode, DeSantos. Very nice kickoff from both players. Victor tries to go for a wall shot but misses, so has plenty of boost to get back into position. Laurie Strode begins to move it up the left. Gets it past Victor. And Victor clears it on over to the other side. Gets to move it up. The Shape looking to turn this up. And he does. DeSantos will be looking to send it back. Sends it flying back in the left-hand corner. Laurie Strode looking back to get into position. Touch there from DeSantos, perhaps a bit too intense. The Shape begins to move it up, and a nice challenge from DeSantos, sends it back into their corner. He'll be looking to center it. He does, and the Shape, what a nice save. That was definitely going in. Another save from the Shape off a shot from Victor. Bounces up backboard, trying to find his teammate. And the Shape begins to move it up, going for an attack. Ooh, DeSantos manages to stop it after being bumped by Victor. The Shape bullying Victor in his own goal, but DeSantos' ball's over on the other side. Laurie Strode is able to make the save. DeSantos trying to see if he can get that ball back into play. Challenge there from Laurie Strode. Victor looking to intercept. Both him and the Shape go for it, but the ball was won by the Shape. DeSantos sends it over the Shape. Begins to move it up the left-hand side. Laurie Strode in goal at the moment, looking to intercept. He does. Ball bounces back to the center. A nice shot from Victor! And Caña have opened the scoreboard after 1 minute and 32 seconds. Yes, I had to look at the fucking timer because I suck at math. I swear I used to be good at it. Anyway, amazing first goal from Victor. And as I said, Caña are definitely crawling their way back into this series. And it's just a matter to see if John Carpenters will be able to cut their legs off before they actually stand and run and go into a sprint here. Here we go. The shape sends it over to the right. Victor keeps applying that pressure. And, ooh, shape just whiffs. It's in a very dangerous position, but that drop managed to clear it. Laurie Strode begins to move it up the center. A couple of nice touches there, but the ball's a bit wide. He'll be looking to center now. A very nice touch there, but DeSantos centers it, goes for it. Laurie Strode, Victor centers it up the middle. It's a very dangerous ball. Will anyone make it? Holy shit! Bounced off the right crossbar. And a great save there from DeSantos. What looked like it was going to be a surefire goal, but DeSantos was able to stop it. A nice challenge there from the shape. Victor just whiffs it. Lets it go by. Laurie Strode trying to see if he can regain control. A challenge there from DeSantos and over to the other side. The shape demolished Victor, trying to get an advantage here in their own third. DeSantos tries to clear it. A nice touch there from the shape. Victor sends it back into the corner. The shape trying to center it back again, but a challenge from Victor prevents that. DeSantos begins to move it up the right hand side. There's a nice touch on it there, but Laurie Strode is able to save it. Another touch there from DeSantos, trying to see if he can center it for his teammate. Gets a very touch on it, but the shape is able to clear it over to the right hand side. Bumps into his teammate, but the Caña are not in a position. Oh, nice touch there, but oh, a great touch there again. But Laurie, oh, an amazing stuff there from DeSantos. Caña wanted a goal. They wanted to go. First hit, no. Second hit, no. But third time's the charm. Amazing stuff there from these two. Great chemistry, and just then, you know, they've been showing this pressure ever since, you know, game one against John Carpenters, against every single team they've ever played. They've been absolutely brutal, and another amazing shot from Victor. That's the third goal for Caña. 149 seconds remaining, and, you know, the Carpenters still have time to get back into this game, but it is very, 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 very likely that Caña will be taking this one home. Here we go. Laurie Strode, DeSantos, very neutral kickoff. Victor with a nice touch on it. Looks like the shape will save that one. Bounces off to the left-hand side. DeSantos, we're going to go for it. Very nice challenge there. Laurie Strode begins to move it up into the left. And there doesn't seem like anyone's there. And then Laurie Strode, first goal. Could this be the beginning of a comeback? Will we look back at this moment as the first goal of a comeback victory here? We'll know in just a few minutes. Here we go. Fifth kickoff of the game. 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining. If Caña wins this game, they will tie the Carpenters in the series, and whoever wins game 7 will take this home. The shape looks to put it into position, but demolished DeSantos to prevent him from getting possession. Laurie Strode begins to move it up. Victor with a very nice clear. The shape begins position. A very, very awkward touch there. Victor trying to go for a shot, but he's unable to. Everyone's just fucking whipping this shit right now. The shape tries to dribble it back, but couldn't see who cleared it there, but someone did. Victor gets a nice touch off the wall. Tries to center it. A great touch there from Victor to beat Laurie Strode. Ball's just dancing right now. The shape sends it over to the right hand side. Nice touch there from Victor. Prevents it from going all the way to the other side, but Laurie Strode eventually manages to do it. Begins to move it up the wall. Sends it back down. DeSantos clears it over to the right. Grabs some booze and he's back to business. Here we go. A nice touch there from DeSantos, and Victor was able to send it back into the Carpenters' half. DeSantos with a nice touch. Very, very dangerous ball at the moment. A very nice touch to beat them both. The shape is not in a position to stop that one, but he doesn't need to. It was offside. Offside. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Nice touch there from the shape. 7 seconds remaining. Shape tries to give his teammate some space, but Santos is able to clear it. Trying to see if they can score just one more goal. Send back. Similar message to Caña. Very, very passing play here right now to keep it up, but Victor kills it. Game 6 goes to Caña. What looked like might have been an almost sweep for John Carpenters has turned into an adventure that will lead us to Game 7. And I don't think we could have expected anything else from these two teams. Hold on, I need some fucking water. Alright, baby, I'm back in business. And here we are, the finale, the culmination of all this effort, all this sweat. And here we go, whoever wins this takes it all. Laurie Strode, Victor gets a nice touch on it, begins to send it up the right. The shape clears it back up the left. Victor was not able to make it to that one in time, just to get a touch on it. Bounce off the center. Laurie Strode has the shot right now, but Victor saved it. Begins to move it up the left-hand side. Santos with a nice touch, but Victor's not in a position to do anything about it. Demolishes the shape. Carpenters are down a man for a moment, but the shape comes right back in order to clear it. Victor gets a very nice touch on it. There's no one in goal. Santos makes it. He can't. The shape cleared on over to the left-hand side. Begins to move it up. There's no one in goal right now. He might be able to get a touch on it, but he can't. Victor clears on over to the left. Both teams, you can already see, playing with a much more conservative mindset this time around. A bit more pressure, giving each other a bit more space, but only to more densely pack their own half in order to defend with a bit more control. The shape gets a very nice pass down into the center, but unfortunately his teammate was not in position to take a shot. Santos will be looking to clear it, gets it right for Laurie Strode, begins to move it up the right. Another nice touch, but the shape is able to challenge it. A nice touch from Victor, but it bounced off the right hand. This Laurie Strode just ran out of boost. That could have really been a goal for them, but unfortunately did not have the boost to make it so. Ooh, a ball that goes right over Santos, and he manages to lock over the shape before he can take his final killing blow. Nice touch there. Oh, that's a very, very dangerous shot. It looks like it might be in, and it is! Laurie Strode has scored the first goal of Game 7. 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining, and a bit of a defensive miscalculation there from Caña gave Laurie Strode an open goal to shoot at. And here we go. Second kickoff. The shape. Santos wins it. Begins to move it up the left. Has little boost. Trying to make it work with what he's got. Gets a nice touch. Beats Laurie Strode. Here we go. The shape bounces it off the ceiling. Gets it into the center. Going for an aerial touch. But Victor clears on over to the other side. Laurie Strode in goal. Victor's trying to see if he can get another touch to get into a more dangerous position. But he can't. Laurie Strode begins to move it up the right. Tries to lob it. Santos not in a good spot right there. And holy hell. Second goal of the game for the John Carpenters. Amazing stuff there. And the John Carpenters are up by a 2-goal lead. We're about to reach the halfway point of this game, and Caña will be looking to correct whatever mistakes they were making in this first half of the game in order to get back into it. Laurie Strode begins to mount an attack. The ball is semi-center, goes for a shot and just beats Santos for a third goal. And holy hell, this is taking quite a different turn than what I imagined, what I expect most of us imagined. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. John Carpenters is already up by 3 goals. And here we go. Santos, the shape. Victor tries to go for a nice touch on it, but Laurie Strode is able to clear that shot. Begins to race back into a defensive position. Laurie Strode applying some pressure there. The shape not able to make it to that ball in time. Begins to move up the wall to clear. Fortunately, he centers it more than clears it. Victor moves on over to the opposite side. Laurie Strode just whiffs it. And Santos, the back, the shape, just whiffed it. Victor gets a touch on it, but Laurie Strode gets a touch on it as well. The shape demolishing Victor. Looking to weaken their offensive capabilities, if only for a moment. Ball bouncing back. Shape. Let's move it up the left. Got a bit of an open goal there at the moment. The Victor will Where's the ball? Lois Strode tries to go for a shot, but Di Santos manages to clear it. Moving very, very quickly. Looks like the shape will be able to stop it. He does, but Di Santos gets another touch on it. It's in the air. Victor tries to go for a shot. It's going to bounce off the backboard down. Can Di Santos make it? Doesn't have a whole lot of boost. Doesn't have much to work with, and the shape is able to clear it. Victor moving up the right, trying to intercept the shape's attack. Here we go. The shape moves it on over to the right-hand side. He gets to move up the wall, but isn't able to do much with it. Di Santos gets a touch on it. Gets another touch on it. Gets to move it up the left. The ball's high in the corner right now. The shape is able to get another touch on it. Very clear. Victor going for it. So is Lois Strode. Lois Strode wins that 50-50. We have 1 minute remaining. Caña Aqui would have to score 3 games in the next minute to at least make it into overtime. Lois Strode begins to move it up the left. Di Santos begins to move it up the left. Victor clearing it over to the corner. Gets a touch on the wall there. Dribbling it a little bit, trying to see if he can get past the defender. He can. The ball in a very dangerous spot right now, but Di Santos is not able to make the shot. A nice back touch from Victor, and holy hell, what am I seeing? That was an amazing, clever, and creative pass from Victor there to practically hand it to his teammate on a silver platter, and Di Santos just had to get a nice little tap in there. 26 seconds remaining. The Caña Aqui would have to score 2 goals in the next half minute. And here we go. Strode, Victor wins it, but Strode regains possession. Di Santos begins to move it up. 19 seconds, 17 seconds, 15 seconds. Victor looking for a touch, he just whiffs it. And here we go, Lois Strode looking to move it up, sends it up. Victor clears on over to the right hand side. 3 seconds remaining. It looks like this might be over. 1 second, it definitely is over now. The shape throws it down to the ground, and John Carpenters are the series winners. They are the Revenants of the Rocket League Halloween Nightmare. That was an absolutely amazing series, and it is everything I expected from these two teams. That was absolutely incredible. Congratulations to the John Carpenters on their victory. Congratulations to Caña Aqui for such an impressive tournament run. You know, these two, they might not look like it, but they're rookies, at least as far as Rocket League World Tour goes. So congratulations to them as well. And to all our spectators, thank you for joining us for the final of the Rocket League Halloween Nightmare of Revenants. Thank you for tuning in, and this isn't the end. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Have a good night, everyone.